Anna was a woman with a heart full of love and kindness. Despite growing up in a modest household, she never let the struggles of her past define her. Her optimism and sincerity drew people to her, including Anthony, a successful businessman with a heart as big as his wealth. Their love blossomed quickly, and soon they were married in a grand wedding that everyone admired. Anthony was not only wealthy but also deeply in love with Anna. He showered her with affection and ensured she never lacked anything. Their life together was like a dream. Anna, who once lived simply, now enjoyed the luxuries of life, a beautiful home, travels, and an abundance of joy. But above all, what mattered most to her was the love they shared. However, their picture-perfect life was about to be tested in ways Anna never anticipated. While Anna was basking in the happiness of her marriage, her best friend Debbie harbored feelings that would soon threaten to tear everything apart. Debbie and Anna had been inseparable since childhood. They had grown up together, shared secrets, and dreamed of their future lives. But as time passed, their paths diverged. While Anna found love and prosperity with Anthony, Debbie's life had not unfolded as she had hoped. Her romantic relationships were riddled with disappointment, and she struggled with financial stability. Each failed relationship deepened Debbie's sense of loneliness, and as she watched Anna live her seemingly perfect life, envy began to creep into her heart. She couldn't help but feel bitter every time Anna shared stories about her lavish life with Anthony. Debbie felt she deserved that life more, and her envy turned into resentment. Instead of celebrating her friend's happiness, Debbie's heart grew darker. The more she saw Anna's blissful marriage, the more she felt like life was unfair to her. Slowly, Debbie's mind began to entertain dangerous thoughts. If she couldn't have what Anna had, maybe she could ruin it for her. Debbie's jealousy reached its peak one evening, when she devised a cruel plan to destroy Anna's marriage. She invited Anna to meet her at a luxurious hotel under the pretense of a fun day together. "Let's have a girls' day," Debbie had said over the phone, her voice cheerful, hiding her true intentions. Anna, always trusting, agreed without hesitation. She had no reason to doubt her best friend, even as Debbie's smile hid her malicious thoughts. But Debbie never intended to meet Anna at the hotel. Instead, she waited nearby, concealed in the shadows, waiting for the moment when her plan would unfold. As Anna headed to the hotel, Debbie made a call to Anthony. "Anthony, I didn't want to say anything, but I saw Anna enter a hotel with another man," she whispered, pretending to sound concerned. She knew this would shake him to the core. Debbie waited eagerly, anticipating the fallout, hoping this would be the first crack in Anna's perfect life. As Anna arrived at the hotel, she had no idea what was about to happen. She checked her phone, expecting a message from Debbie, who had promised to meet her. But instead of hearing from her friend, Anna was startled to see Anthony's car pull up. Confused, she smiled and walked toward him, thinking he might have planned a surprise. But Anthony didn't look happy. He stepped out of the car, his expression dark and full of doubt. "Anna, what are you doing here?" he asked, his voice cold and accusing. Anna blinked in confusion. "I'm meeting Debbie. She invited me here," she explained, her heart beginning to race as she saw the anger in his eyes. Anthony's jaw clenched. "Debbie told me you were here to meet another man," he said, his voice filled with hurt. Anna's world tilted as she realized what had happened. Debbie had set her up. Despite Anna's attempts to explain, the damage had been done. And that night, their once happy home was filled with arguments and mistrust. After that night, Anna's relationship with Anthony was never quite the same. Though they eventually made peace and he apologized for doubting her, the seed of mistrust had already been planted. Anthony couldn't shake the image of his wife at that hotel, and Anna felt betrayed that he would so easily believe such a lie. It created an invisible wall between them, and both felt the tension growing with each passing day. Anna found herself questioning their once strong bond, wondering how one person's lie could have such a powerful impact. But despite the strain in their relationship, Anna still believed in her marriage. She refused to let Debbie's manipulation destroy the love she had with Anthony. As the days passed, they both tried to rebuild what had been broken, but the shadow of that hotel incident lingered over them. Little did Anna know, Debbie was far from finished, and more trouble was just around the corner. Debbie, sensing that her first plan hadn't fully succeeded, decided to escalate her efforts. She began stalking Anna, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike again. One day, while Anna was having a harmless conversation with a male colleague outside her office, Debbie took several photos of them from a distance. The conversation was brief and innocent, but that didn't matter to Debbie. She doctored the photos, making it appear as though Anna and the man were kissing. Once the fake images were ready, Debbie anonymously sent them to Anthony, hoping to ignite another fight between the couple. When Anthony received the photos, his heart sank. Despite their previous conversation, doubts resurfaced. He confronted Anna once again, holding the photos up as evidence of her supposed betrayal. But this time, Anna was ready. She calmly explained that the photos were fake, and after analyzing them closely, Anthony realized the truth. Someone was deliberately trying to sabotage their marriage. Determined to uncover who was behind these malicious attacks, Anna became more vigilant. She started to pay close attention to her surroundings, and one day, she decided to visit Debbie's apartment unexpectedly. She hadn't told Debbie she was coming, she just wanted to surprise her old friend, hoping they could reconnect. But as she arrived at the door, Anna overheard Debbie on the phone. Hidden from sight, Anna listened in horror as Debbie outlined her next plan. "I'll make sure Anna is caught in a scandal so big, Anthony won't be able to forgive her," Debbie's voice hissed through the phone. Anna's heart pounded as the reality of her friend's betrayal finally hit her. All the suspicions, the arguments, the mistrust, it had all been orchestrated by someone she once considered her closest friend. Anna felt a mix of shock, sadness, and anger. How could Debbie, the friend she had known all her life, do something so cruel? Unable to listen any longer, Anna pushed the door open and stepped inside. Debbie's face drained of color when she saw Anna standing there, her expression a mix of hurt and betrayal. "Anna, I didn't mean, I can explain," Debbie stammered, but Anna's eyes were filled with disappointment. "Explain. You've been trying to destroy my marriage from the beginning," Anna said, her voice trembling with emotion. "Why, Debbie? Why would you do this to me?" Debbie broke down, tears streaming down her face. "I was jealous, Anna. I hated seeing you so happy while I had nothing. I didn't mean for it to go this far. Please, forgive me," she pleaded, reaching for Anna's hand. But Anna pulled away, her heart too heavy to forgive in that moment. Without saying another word, she turned and walked out, leaving Debbie sobbing on the floor, consumed by guilt and regret. Later that evening, Debbie, filled with remorse, knew she had to face the consequences of her actions. She gathered the courage to visit Anna and Anthony's home, hoping to make things right. When they opened the door, Debbie fell to her knees, tears spilling down her face. "I'm so sorry," she began, her voice trembling. "I let my jealousy consume me. I've done terrible things, and I don't expect forgiveness, but I needed to tell you the truth." Anthony stood quietly, his arms crossed, while Anna watched Debbie with a mixture of sadness and pity. "You tried to destroy my marriage, Debbie," Anna said softly, her voice filled with hurt. "You almost succeeded." Debbie nodded, tears falling freely. "I know, and I hate myself for it. I'm so sorry, Anna. I was wrong." For a moment, there was silence, and Debbie feared they would never forgive her. But Anna, despite the pain, knew she couldn't hold on to the bitterness forever. Though forgiveness didn't come easily, Anna and Anthony realized they had to move forward. "Debbie," Anthony finally spoke, his voice calm but firm, "what you did was wrong, but we're choosing to rise above it. We can't let this destroy us." Anna nodded in agreement. "I don't know if I can forgive you fully right now, Debbie, but I appreciate that you came here and told the truth." "That's a start." Debbie, still kneeling, wiped her tears, grateful that they hadn't shut her out completely. "Thank you," she whispered, standing slowly.